Hey! Couple of fat guys cooking show, putting down some
Big Bob's Quesadillas today, ladies and gentlemen. Anything we can find that's a bread product or a cheese product or a meat product, we are going to be experimenting with over the next coming weeks to bring you the worst food you could possibly put in your body, but it tastes great.
right, in moderation.
Moderation,
Everything
yeah.
in moderation.
If you're diabetic or you have health problems or you're prone to strokes or you have loose bowels,
Cook the stuff and then flush it right
yeah,
down
because
the
you're in
toilet.
trouble. So here we are. We're going to make some quesadillas now. Big Bob
Quesadillas.
Big Bob was a man we knew back in Scranton in the early 30s, and he was a porno star. And a little said about that, the better. But he could make a quesadilla stand up and holler. So we're going to make
Bob
a big
stand up, you'd have to holler. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, you sit down around Big Bob. That's right. So what we're going to do here is now we're going to show you how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first get the hot pan, Jan.
Okay, we got a pan that's been sitting over on about a 980-degree fluorescent heat bowl. And
Don't put it on there.
Don't put it on the plastic cutting board as I was about to do, because that would melt it into oblivion.
That would be a boo-boo. You're going to do it again.
No, I'm holding it.
Put it. You can put it on there.
No, I'm holding it. Go ahead and slap one of those pan-sized tortillas right down on there.
Now we're cheese fans. Let's face it.
Yeah.
There's no getting around it. So we're gonna put a nice load of cheese on here. Oh
We
yeah.
got a little mozzarella.
We're using mozz. I know it's a Mexican dish, but
Well, we also
do we have the
a
Mexican?
little Colby and Monterey Jack.
Oh, yeah. So you get that on there. We like to put a
Little
little
bit of
cheddar on
everything.
there to give it a little color.
I can't do it with one hand. Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Charles Bronson could, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Big Bob also did it with one hand.
Yeah, well, you had to. Got the other one run over by a truck, and it was a horrible accident.
Fade to black.
Yeah.
So we really loaded the cheese on this baby. Now, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, schmellick.
A good way to do these is with the little Mexican sausage, that chorizo stuff, and
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of a Chihuahua cheese. But we couldn't find that because I live in a predominantly Middle Eastern area, and they don't have that sort of food in their store.
So what we got here is some nice Balkavian mekta. Now you can get this over at Ralph's Fineries, and and believe me, after you eat it,
And what we have here is a little bit of ground. This is parboiled and cooked goat meat. You ground it just right, and the goat meat is just terrific accent to this.
yeah, and
quesadilla.
it's bad.
It's
It's
terrific.
bad, Daddy. Okay,
Now, at this point, what do you put on there?
well,
A little vegetable?
I'm sorry, but I would have to do more cheese.
Okay. You don't want a tomato eyes in there at all?
Nah, you don't want to screw up the death-dealing blow.
You're right. We'll do a different one that's got a whole other.
I mean,
focus.
if you're gonna die, die.
Alrighty.
You might as well just slap this right on the heart
Slap
muscle.
a cap on it
Okay.
and give that baby a heat forth.
No, wait a minute. Take that bed off of there for a second, will
Okay,
you?
what do you want to do with that baby?
We forgot a whole series of problems here.
Oh.
A little pepper.
Okay, a little oregano maybe?
You can put
Say
anything on it
yay
you
or
want.
nay.
You can say anything you want on here. This is your lunch. A little salt.
You're knocking me off the table over here.
Oh, that thing's ready to go. Okay. And what else?
I don't think you needed the salt, actually.
Anything you like.
That's salt, basically.
This is salt.
Yeah, it says lemon pepper, believe
But
me.
you know,
it's
you
salt.
can also. Oh,
Yeah, wake it up a little red pepper.
You can put a little hung on, bam. No, well, I'm not. What's his name? We don't want to steal his bit,
No,
do we?
no,
It
no.
really isn't his bit anyway.
Whatever.
The Frugal Gourmet used to do that one all the time.
That's plenty, thank you. That's hello.
Okay. Then you slap the schwink right here. Now we take it over to 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. No, it doesn't
350.
take that long. I'm gonna go get the lid.
Oh, okay.
It'll help the cheese melt.
Well.
Hey!
Meanwhile,
Oh,
I'll tell you that coupleoffatguys.com is waiting for you with many different program options.
Now, the chicken case, you can make this with chicken. You can make this with lox.
Excellent with chicken.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can do an Italian. You can do an Italian one. You can do all kinds of stuff with these things, and they're pretty cheap. They're not good for you at all.
Who cares? It's a quesadilla. It's the
Yeah.
kind of thing you get it out and you cut it up like a pizza pie.
Now,
Dip it in a little bit of salsa.
Now, let's say you're sitting around the house and you don't have no chips. Well, you know what you can do? You can take one of these and move some of this stuff out of the way. Put it on the floor. You take one of these.
Careful now.
Take one of these.
That's not a ginsu. There you go.
You slice her up.
You're going to make tortilla chips.
I
I have
am.
never, ever seen this done.
Really?
Never.
Liar.
I am amazed.
You're lying.
No.
Well, I'm not going to actually do it because we don't have any of the stuff, but you take it, you slice it up like this.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, you slice it, you know. You got a nice slice. Ow. Falash. I'm going to cut out my damn hams. I'm going to cut out my hams. And so you get these all together.
You know, you too can cut things this way if you have just the right chemical imbalance.
And then you take these, you take a saucepan like the one we're using right now for the quesadilla.
Yeah.
And
By the way, that baby should be turned right about now. Here's a spatula.
Okay. You take.
Give
You
her
know,
a
make
flip.
sure you use plastic on Teflon. I hate
Whoa,
people-
yeah.
You don't want to scrape any of that.
Careful. Maybe not just yet. Not just yet. No, look. No, not yet. Not brown enough. See, I just didn't want it to burn like so many other dishes.
We
in the
burn a
past.
lot of food for it, so you don't have to.
You know, because
I think it's.
it ends up, you know, in the garbage. And,
Yeah.
you know,
And
that's
you make no
ridiculous.
good. So
Come on.
then you take the saucepan. You take the saucepan. And you take these little bits and you put some olive oil or, you know, not olive oil, maybe Wesson oil in a saucepan.
Yeah.
You get it bubbling. You throw these babies in there.
Oh, is it
and,
really
when,
good?
and when they brown up, you take them out and put them on a napkin, drain the stuff off, and you have tortilla chips.
Cool.
And you can throw some cayenne in there when you're doing it, or some onion powder or whatever you like. And you can flavor them up. Oh, it's so good. You know.
How are we doing over there?
Yeah, we're going back to it.
Yeah, check on that brownage. There you go. Nice work. Get that instant replay going.
Now we gotta toss this back over there for a little bit.
There
You
you
always want to spank it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it's a bad tortilla. It's a bad tortilla. Naughty quesadilla. What do you got? A spanker over there?
I was going to see if maybe I could find
What do you got? You got a little.
one of those babies.
Oh, now you can use these.
Pizza cutter's great for
The
these. when you get 'em out.
quesadilla cutter, it works much better than, but we couldn't get one. It was
By
out
the way,
of-
we
it was
did
out-
not do a ceremonial pass on
Well, we're
those.
going to do that when we get done.
Okay.
We lent our quesadilla cutter to the Franklin Foundation for the weekend, so they
I love
it
their
back.
mints.
Oh, And so basically what we did was nothing, and it's going to kill you.
And it's pretty simple. Come on home from work, or even have the kids do it. If you don't have kids, kidnap one and have him do it.
yeah. We don't
No, that's
profess
not funny.
to have you kidnap
That's
anyone.
not
That
funny.
was one day's way of
And
making a joke.
any one of you punks kidnaps a kid, you're going to have to talk
Yeah.
to me. You
We'll
understand?
be able to follow the quesadilla trail, so
Yeah.
it'll be easy to find. Okay, this baby should be just about ready to hang. That cheese looking nice and loose. Yeah, there we go, baby.
Okay. Bring it out and tell the neighbors. It's Big Bob's Quesadilla.
And man, you eat one of these, you better have a lot of pop.
Yeah.
With you, 'cause-
And you'll know why they call him Big Bob.
But how about it? Big Bob's Quesadilla. Just another wonderful recipe from the Fat Guy Kitchens.
A couple of fat guys cooks. See you next time.
Why don't you try that on camera for the folks and tell them how it tastes.
Oh,
You got a stringer there.
I know. Man, is that good.
You don't want to see that up close, kids, so back away from the set.
That is great.
See you later. Fat Guy's Cooking Show on the web.